parents and teachers. To begin with, I would like to thank all of you for making such a great effort for being present here today. Your support and understanding is essential for providing our children at Znание with opportunities they deserve. This year our school is especially proud as we educate over 270 children with a further 55 students passing exams at GCSE and A levels. And for the 8th year running, we congratulate them with the outstanding result they have achieved. Today we decide we're celebrating early our students and their achievements. And we would also like to thank all those who support Znание and thanks all those who support throughout the process for making Znание a better school. We decide to ask our graduates of school students to host this important event. It's Marina Ansari is currently studying for a master at King's College London, and Philip Chernov is studying at Royal Holloway University of London. But before I invite them to come here, I would like to read for you the message from Mayor of London, Boris Johnson. He said, "I am very grateful for the invitation, but it's with regret that I must decline on this occasion. I hope that the ceremony is a fantastic success will help and would like to take this opportunity to extend my warmest good wishes to all connected with Znание Education Center and wish you the best with your future system in heaven." Boris Johnson, Mayor of London. And now I would like to invite Marina and Philip to continue our award ceremony. Thank you.
Добрый вечер, уважаемые гости, студенты, педагоги, родители. Торжественный акт, посвященный, объявляем открытым. Разрешите объявить, что несмотря на присутствие в зале такого количества русскоязычных людей, церемония будет проходить на английском языке, поскольку мы живем в этой стране.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, students and parents. The certificate award ceremony is now going to begin.
It's a pleasure for us to announce our respectable guests, the former Councillor and Deputy Mayor of Ealing, Mr. Simon Kuma, patron of Znание School, the Minister Councillor of the Russian Federation, Alexander Mikhailovich Kromarenko, Angela Bell, our mentor and a consultant for Continue, an organisation which runs the National Resource Centre, and Richard Levy, Senior Marketing Manager at MoneyGram UK, Ireland, Nordics. Also, Martin Pinder, BME Community Development Officer of the New Home and New Deal Partnership. We are pleased to announce that Angela Bell is joining us today. Angela was a teacher of English and the deputy head of a comprehensive school before she started working with supplementary schools in 1999. Angela helped to set up the National Resource Centre for Supplementary Education and now works as a consultant for Continue. She trains volunteers who manage and teach in supplementary schools and acts as a mentor or critical friend to some groups, of which Znание is one.
We would like to ask Angela to present the certificates to our students and to make a speech.
Good evening, everybody. It is with great pleasure that I'm here tonight. It's always good to present people with awards for achievement after all the hard work that they've done. And it's been a particular pleasure to work with Znание over the last few years. My job, as you said, was to act as a mentor, a critical friend to the organisation as it's developed and expanded. and to help the staff and volunteers achieve quality awards from the National Resource Centre for Supplementary Education. The National Award Scheme was introduced in 2006, and there are 4 levels of award: bronze, silver, gold, and special. Znание in 2008 got bronze with me, and then I watched very quickly afterwards their presentation where they got gold. No messing around with silver was none. Gold. And now, are they happy with that? No. They want to be the best of the best and get special distinction. And that's why I've been visiting your classes, I've been talking to trustees, I've been meeting parents, I've been meeting the children and young people to find out about what you do well and how you can do it even better. So what is it that's really impressed me about Znание, so that I'm recommending that it does go for recognition for a special distinction award? Well, first of all, they have to show they have all the right policies and procedures in place so that the children are safe and secure and well taught. I've seen excellent guidance for staff and for pupils. Very great clarity about what's expected, what everybody should be doing, and very effective teaching. The teaching for that highest award needs to be of a consistently high standard. And I think that all the people who have achieved so highly, they're getting certificates tonight, know that their teachers are very good indeed. Some people have told me they prefer the classes in Znание to classes at school. Small classes are helpful. But the other thing that I've liked is that there are excellent, warm, good-humoured relationships between the children and the adults all the way through. And that's the key to confident, independent learning that leads to people going to university, achieving success. I've met key staff in the organisation, and I've met the very, very impressive trustees, the volunteers, the enthusiasts who give hours and hours of their time planning, talking to local authorities, talking to funders, talking to schools, negotiating, can we have another classroom, can we use the electronic whiteboards? No, why not? Can we train to use the electronic whiteboards? All of this helps the school to meet the next requirement. They go out and find what you want, and then they do it. And they show that they have a really well-organised business planning process, very professional. We're talking about high standards here. The plans for distance learning, which we're going to hear about later on in the presentation, are particularly exciting and could be used and learned from by lots and lots of the supplementary schools that I visit. Just in the last 2 weeks, I talked to and visited schools that teach Chinese, teach Turkish, that teach Kurdish children. I was today with a group of Bengali teachers, with some Lithuanian teachers, with Somali teachers. I see all sorts of communities doing very similar things to Znanje. This is one of the top schools, and with your distance learning particularly, you've got something that other people can be helped by. And that's the final thing that we ask for, that you work to help other organisations. In the same way that you help the parents and the children to do well, we ask for very special schools to help other organisations so that they can help their children and their parents. And Znanje has never looked inward, it always goes out to other groups. And the emphasis is very much on working together, collaboration. That's what is going to help you to learn, that is what is going to help you to success as an organisation. All my good wishes go to the young people that I shall meet and give certificates to tonight, and also to the organisation as a whole. Many, many thanks need to go, and I know will go later, to your teachers and the volunteers who work so hard for you.
Thank you very much, Angela. We would be honoured if you would be able to award certificates to our students.
Я хочу сказать, что в этом году в нашем центре сдавала очень большая группа, этот экзамен, большая группа студентов. 30 человек сдавали A-Level, 15 человек сдавали GCSE. Сегодня мы вручаем эти сертификаты, которые студенты действительно заработали своим трудом. И я хочу отметить, что все сертификаты получили самую высокую оценку экзаменационной комиссии. Высокая оценка – это оценка A или A-Star. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Ахмед Шарифи, сдавший экзамен по GCSE. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Кевин Котовас, сдавший экзамен по GCSE. Приглашается Филипп Чернов, сдавший полный курс по A-Level. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Даниэл Швидлер, сдавший экзамен по A-Level. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Дмитрий Каравайкин, сдавший экзамен по GCSE. Сдавший экзамен по A-Level. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Рамин Хашими, сдавший полный курс по A-Level. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Эдвардес Навикас, сдавший экзамен по GCSE. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Анна-Мария Бакалова, сдавший экзамен по GCSE. Для вручения сертификата приглашается Леонид Горновский, сдавший A-Level. Сдавший полный курс A-Level.
Ребят, чуть-чуть группируйтесь, там фотографии делать. Чуть-чуть. Вот так. Все, готово? Все, вы свободны. Все.
Now, we are happy to announce Richard Levy, Senior Marketing Manager at MoneyGram UK, Ireland and the Nordics, our general sponsor. MoneyGram have been a great support of our past and present events held for the Russian community and schools in Znание. MoneyGram have made a number of donations and actively participate in the life of the community. We appreciate your help and I'm delighted to have you here today. If you could come up.
Thank you very much. I'm going to keep this exceptionally brief because I think there's far more important stuff to be doing, such as handing out awards to people who deserve it than listening to me. But I just wanted to say two very quick points. And the first thing is that it's a great pleasure for MoneyGram to be here tonight because we believe strongly in supporting the community and there can be no greater support than that of education. And so it's fantastic we're all here tonight to celebrate the awards that are so richly deserved. And the second thing I wanted to say quickly is this. For MoneyGram to be able to support these events, and it's not just this event we support, we've supported the Russian Winter Festival at Trafalgar Square, we've supported the Eastern European Football Tournament, that I know some of you were at, we've supported the Russian Family Day, which was in June, the Russian National Day, that was in July, and above all, the Back to School campaign that again brought notebooks into schools so that the kids could use it. For us to do this, we need one thing, and that's people to use the MoneyGram service. So effectively, if you want to send money home to Russia or anywhere throughout the world, you can do so from every single post office throughout the country, and also every Thomas Cook and every Going Places. And the money always gets there within 10 minutes. And the reason it's important to use MoneyGram, and it's a message I want to get across tonight, is because by you guys doing so, it allows us to sponsor these type of events. And by us sponsoring it, allows us to recognise and acknowledge all the hard work. So please use MoneyGram. You've got all the details within the packs that are left on your chairs. And if you have any questions, then Marina, my colleague here, and I will be happy to answer it. But the final point is a massive congratulations and well done on behalf of MoneyGram to everybody who's earned the award, to everybody at the school. I think on behalf of all of us at MoneyGram, you've done extremely well and should be extremely proud of yourselves. Thank you very much.
We would like to ask Richard to present the certificates to our students.
Сертификат за сдачу экзамена полный курс A-левела вручается Диасу Мусилову. Сертификат за A-левел вручается Фатиме Шерифи. Экзамена по A-левел вручается Артему Кондратову. Сертификат за сдачу экзамена полный курс A-левела вручается Томасу Валдерс. Сертификат за сдачу экзамена по A-левелу вручается Ивану Антонову. Сертификат за полный курс A-левела вручается Илье Антонову. Сертификат за полный курс по A-левелу вручается Владимиру Бурмас. Екатерине Зосимовой. Сертификат за A-левел вручается Людмиле Сабельниковой. Сертификат за полный курс по A-левелу вручается Светлане Трефиловой. Сертификат за экзамен по A-левелу вручается Андрею Татарину.
Ребята, группируйтесь, пожалуйста, для фотографий.
Костя тоже нужно?
Поближе друг к другу. Девочки, можете купить мальчиков.
It's wonderful that we graduates are here before you today, celebrating the achievements of younger students who have just completed their exams. And now we will present the younger students of Znание School, who will one day become graduates themselves. They will now recite a poem to congratulate their older schoolmates.
Мы на праздник к вам пришли, чтобы вас приободрить, старшеклассников, родивых, в дорогу проводить. Когда-то вы были, как мы, малыши, теперь вы, как дядя и тетя. Когда-то дразнили вас карандаши, сегодня у нас вы в почете. Сегодня вам все говорят комплименты, сегодня вам дарят, а все поздравляю с последним звонком. Как хорошо быть выпускником. Всегда вспоминайте ваш первый урок и этот последний.
Ekaterina was a student of Znание School for 5 years. This summer, she has successfully passed her Russian language A-level exam with an A grade.
Добрый вечер, я Катя Засимова. Сегодня у меня и моих друзей большая радостная и в то же время грустное событие. Мы закончили учиться в школе знания, получили наши сертификаты A-level по русскому языку, формально подтверждающие личное качество полученного образования. Закончился замечательный этап нашей жизни, когда мы изучали русский язык, литературу и историю России. И я думаю, что нашим замечательным учителям удалось не только научить нас, как писать, читать и говорить на русском языке, но и удалось и привить нам настоящую любовь к России и ее богатой культуре. Где бы мы ни жили, где бы мы ни работали, я верю, что мы навсегда останемся частью русского мира. Пользуясь случаем, я хочу сердечно поблагодарить наших уважаемых учителей и директора школы Айну за тот огромный труд, терпение и их педагогический талант, который позволил нам достичь серьезных успехов в учебе и сделал нашу жизнь интереснее. Я желаю им дальнейших успехов в их творческой работе и счастья в личной жизни. Спасибо за внимание.
We would now like to ask Martin Pinder to give up the certificates to our students.
Good evening, my name is Martin Pinder, I'm British. I work in East London for the Newham Supplementary Education Partnership, and I've worked most of my life, in fact, abroad. And while I've been to probably 30, 40 countries working in my life, and I've travelled all around the perimeter of the Russian country, I've never actually been to Russia, and I've never actually gone to a formal Russia event. So this is very pleasing for me. I've enjoyed friendships with Russians. I've enjoyed long toasting sessions with Russians, which is very special, how they hold their alcohol and keep their wit and their verbal eloquence for 12 hours on the go. I've smuggled Russians across the border into France, where I used to live, for a night out, but I've never been to a formal Russian evening like this, so thank you for inviting me. In Newham, where I work, Newham is probably the most diverse borough in the UK, or one of the two, possibly the most diverse borough in the world. Newham, where I work, has 70% of its population minority ethnic, non-white British. And it was because of that that the UK, London, got the Olympics, because they sent a young team of school children and young people from Newham to Singapore for the British bid to represent the diversity of London and the diversity of the particular major borough where the Olympic Stadium has been built, where the swimming pool has been built, where the Olympic Village has been built. And because Newham has this diversity, it's terribly important that we encourage supplementary schools so that young people like yourselves can learn your mother tongue in England. We think you're very privileged, firstly, to learn Russian and Russian culture from such good teachers that you have. If you look at the Russian Olympic record, if you look at the musical prizes around the world, that's because of good teachers. And at any school, you benefit from that advantage. In addition, some of you will go to English schools and will also learn English, which is a privilege too. It's the lingua franca for much work and professional life in the world. And research shows that if you learn 2 languages or more, you learn each language better because of your grasp of the importance, your horizons as you learn about other cultures and other situations. And I think you're also privileged to live in a major city like London. I'm privileged. Moscow is a major city as well, as are many others. But London's very diverse, and I'm sure is a stimulus for young people as you study. So, congratulations. We hope to work with your school increasingly in Newham. We work with your school at Stratford, which takes place at the Sarah Bennell School. We've only started to work together since April. You came and presented what your school does at a public meeting in Newham with a Member of Parliament chairing it. We also have been involved with your staff and visited Ealing, where your main office is. We hope to be involved with your sports day or activities during the Olympic summer if you decide to have an event in Newham where we can help with some of the local organisation. I hope to help with the publicity for you in Newham. If any older students want to do volunteering to get experience of working in London or experience in working in English, you're most welcome to contact me. And in Newham there are 2 or 3 churches that have Russian services that also you're most welcome to come to. If any of you live in Newham and you want advice about settling in our borough, please come and see me. So I'd like to end with my first Russian lesson of my life with 4 words to try and offer good luck to the students in the year that comes. I'll try and pronounce it, but perhaps together we'll have another go, and that will be my first proper Russian lesson in my life. So I say to the students of this Znание school, ni pucha, ni pira. So perhaps we do it together. I conduct like a Russian conductor. Ni pucha, ni pira. Okay, thank you.
We would now like to ask Mr. Finner to present the certificates.
Для вручения сертификата за сдачу экзамена по GCSE приглашается Оливия Скорик. Для вручения сертификата за сдачу экзамена по GCSE приглашается Александр Скорик. За экзамен по GCSE приглашается Анастасия Лохачева. Приглашается за сдачу экзамена по GCSE Владислав Дмитриев. За сдачу экзамена по GCSE Анастасия Давцова. Приглашается Елизавета Акулиничева за сдачу экзамена по E-левелу. Пащенко. Может быть, среди присутствующих есть студенты, которым мы не вручили еще сертификаты, потому что мы просто отложили тех, кто сегодня не смог прийти. Есть такие? Тогда встаньте, мы отдадим. Нет, наверное, всех увидели, да? Спасибо.
Добрый вечер. Много лет назад мои родители и мои учителя пытались внушить мне, что русский язык очень важен. Наверное, как многие из вас, выпускники, я не понимал этого. И мне было абсолютно неинтересно учить русский. И я абсолютно не хотел это делать. Но сейчас, много лет спустя, я должен сказать, что я ошибался, так же, как и многие из вас ошибаются. И я понимаю, насколько это важно. Может быть, кто-то из вас быстрее поймет это. И сейчас, глядя с высоты моих лет, я должен сказать, что все, что вы будете делать в будущем, будет основываться на том, что вы делаете здесь, сейчас. Очень многие из вас будут работать с русскими, с Россией в будущем. Многие из вас будут работать с русскими коллегами, с партнерами. Многие из вас будут общаться на разном уровне с людьми русскоговорящими, не обязательно из России. И вы поймете, что это был очень важный шаг в вашей жизни. И я хочу за вас поблагодарить учителей, которые с вами столько провели времени. За вас же поблагодарить родителей, которые столько отмучились, пытаясь вас заставить учить русский язык. И, конечно, вас. Вы еще не понимаете, насколько важны вот эти кусочки бумажки, которые вы получили сейчас. Насколько важны знания, которые вы получили здесь. И насколько они вам пригодятся в вашей жизни. Спасибо учителям. Спасибо Ане за то, что она организовала такую замечательную школу. И спасибо родителям, которые смогли вас довести до этого. Спасибо всем.
Желаем вам идти по жизни смело.
Желаем счастья каждому найти.
Пусть сбудется, что каждому хотелось. Дорогу всем счастливого пути.
The award ceremony is now officially finished. We would like to invite all the graduate students to stand here for the graduate photograph. Okay.
We will now move on to the second part of the evening. Thank you for listening to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, teachers, parents and fellow students, we're now beginning the second part of the ceremony.
We are gathered here today to celebrate the achievements of our students and acknowledge those who have made outstanding efforts this year. Our school consists of more than 200 pupils over 400 branches, and today some of them have been invited here to receive a small token of our appreciation.
We'd like to ask our graduates to present our children with certificates.
To begin with, we would like to award the following students of their achievements during the past academic year. Adam Sanders,
Alexei Smirnov,
Anna Nivolina,
Ronnie Greenfield,
Sophia Norris,
Karina Klipchova,
Sonia Farkovska,
Craig McLean. We're proud to say that the International Education Fund helps us run the educational and cultural events in our school. Last year we launched a heritage project which was funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund. The project was being almost completed, and here is a poll today. It's possible to see a small version of the outcome of the project in mini exhibition.
This year we also had an art exhibition called Russian Language of the Space. Many students took part in this, and we would like to reward the winners of this exhibition. We'd be very grateful if the organisers of this exhibition, Liana Baginskaya, would present the certificates to the following students. Władysław Wasiulo.
Полина Бахинская.
Уважаемые дамы и господа, я хочу вам с удовольствием сообщить.
Дамы и господа, с удовольствием хочу вам сообщить, что при Школе Знания открыта арт-студия «Палитра», где я являюсь руководителем. Сегодня мы хотим предоставить вашему вниманию наши плоды. Это наша художественная выставка-конкурс, где Влад и Полина победили в двух номинациях. И также наш проект Heritage Education программа, это об истории Хэмилл Комьюнити центра, и также его самом известном студенте Чарли Чаплине. Пожалуйста, если какие-то вопросы, можете подходить и спрашивать. Спасибо большое.
The following certificates will be presented to our teachers. They give their hearts and their time to Znание School and put a lot of effort into making it enjoyable as well as an educational place. We would be honoured if Martin Pinder, facilitator of the Newham Supplementary Education Partnership and ex-United Nations official who is currently with Newham New Deal Partnership, will kindly present the certificates to our teachers.
Working at school for 7 years. A philologist by training, she educated from Belarusian University. She's a creative, well-organised teacher who knows how to engage children whilst using advanced teaching methods and to ensure her lessons are interesting.
Senior Molina has been working in the school for 4 years. She came to London from St. Petersburg, and she's an actress by profession. She started working with preschool children, and she's now teaching year 1. She's an extraordinary creative person who also teaches drama. She takes an active role in the organisation of school events and skillfully combines elements of teaching and play in educating children.
Our main sponsor and sponsors of today's event. Interest who helped us with organising the trip for the round table in Birmingham and the dance student Linka who have been our partner for many years.
I'm proud to pass this award today to MoneyGram and say a big thank you for all your support and understanding that they give. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for School Znanie. I'm very delighted to be here and present my young beloved Richard, Senior Director. We do support Russian events, we do support the Russian community, and we are happy to do that in the future as well. So today we would like to congratulate all the young people who achieved what they were striving to achieve, and give them the medals now. So thank you very much.
Ребята, все, кто получили
Can we
сертификат,
please invite
идите, пожалуйста, все сюда.
all the students to receive the medals?
Ребята, все, кто получили сертификат, пожалуйста. 3, 4. Спасибо. Можете помахать рукой.
We would now like to hand over to Elena Tsirleva, who will give a presentation on her publication, A Practical Guide to Immigration Law Relating to Students. Elena Tsirleva is a lawyer specializing in immigration law matters, English citizenship, human rights and political asylum. She's a member of the Law Society of England and Wales, the Association of Practical Immigration Law, as well as a bilingual translator, and a member of the Chartered Institute of Linguistics. Elena plays an important role in a number of legal and public organizations related to Znание, diaspora in the UK.
Я хотела бы поблагодарить Аню Шарифи и Школу Знания за возможность сегодня выступить перед вами. А также хотела поздравить всех сегодняшних выпускников. 2 ноября 2011 года министр информационного права для студентов. Продолжаю осуществлять юридическую поддержку для студентов и учебных заведений, в результате чего стала первым юристом, успешно опротестовавшим решение миграционных властей по отзыву о поручительской лицензии путем надзорной жалобы в высшем суде. В силу непрерывных комплексных изменений в этой сфере я решила написать книгу, которая принесла бы пользу студентам, их родителям и учебным заведениям. Эта книга явилась первым в своем роде всеобъемлющим пособием. На ее написание ушло более года. В нее внесены были все текущие изменения по ходу написания. И она, наконец, была опубликована 28 октября 2011 года издательством Bloomsbury Professional. Учитывая то, что следующий цикл перемен ожидается только в апреле 2012 года, я надеюсь, что за это время это издание найдет своих читателей, видимо, в вашем лице, и свое практическое применение. Для всех желающих приобрести эту книжку, наша брошюра находится на столе, который находится в центре зала. Большое спасибо. Книжка выглядит вот так. Спасибо.
Finally, we would like to announce the launch of Znanye's eSchool by Paul Rao with Pearson Frontier. Frontier is a virtual learning environment, or in more modern terminology, an educational platform that is used in thousands of schools around the world. Just like the classical school model, it is made up of elements of learning, teaching, organisation and interaction between students and teachers, resource sharing, document management, and improves the quality of the learning process.
Good evening, everyone. You can hear me okay? That screen now, very PowerPoint. I wasn't aware of how it was going to work tonight. I was asked very kindly to do a presentation about what Znание School are going to be doing with Pearson. So I will run through the presentation. I hope you can see it. It shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 hours. Okay, so my name is Paul Rowe, and I work for Pearson Education. I don't know if you know who Pearson are. They're a very, very large company indeed. In fact, I'm one of 36,000 members of staff. So it is a global company. And I'm using my pointer, which is all the way over there, by the way. So, but the Pearson Group was established in 1844. I'll just tell you a bit about the company because it's quite interesting, I think. And over 70 companies now are comprised within that Pearson Group, representing £5 billion a year turnover. Most people, when you hear the word Pearson, will tend to think, however, of publishing. Penguin Books, if you recognise our logo, that's one of the companies within the Pearson Group. And it's very hard to find a building anywhere these days without a penguin book of some sort in there. However, that's not where it began. It began as a construction company in the north of England, father and son, a little building firm. And Mr. Pearson and his son George, let's have a quick look at what happened to them. George went on to meet Sarah Dickinson. They got married, they had 3 children, the last of which was an extraordinary human being indeed. His name, there he is looking quite regal, and there he is looking more relaxed. But what he did was remove that company from Lancashire, put it down to London, and started winning some very, very big contracts indeed. He built docks in Southampton and Milford Haven. He built docks in Halifax in Nova Scotia. He even built the Senna Dam in Egypt, an astonishing achievement. He built railway lines in Colombia, Mexico and China. He built electro dams to feed energy to Mexico and China. And he even built the Manhattan Tunnel. All this from Wheatland Pearson, from a little father and son business in Lancashire. Very entrepreneurial indeed. However, in 1912, he entered the media business and he brought something called the Westminster Press, which became the Financial Times. So what began as a small building firm became the media company that is Pearson, and Pearson now looks like this today. You have Penguin Books, Pearson Education, and the Financial Times. However, Pearson Education is where I come from, and there are 2 strands to that. You have the international division and the US division, and within the international division are many companies indeed. Some of them you might recognise. Fronter was just mentioned, that's one of them. LXL, I noticed, is on the flyer as you came in. All of them Pearson companies. At the bottom there is Pearson Phoenix, which is where I operate. And what's happening with Pearson is it's gone from being a building firm to a publishing firm to a technology company. I represent about 10 products, all of which are web-based, and they focus on management, teaching and learning. So it's quite a break away from publishing. So now let me introduce to you the reason why I've been asked to talk to you, which is 2 products called E1 and Fronter. Let's have a look at those. Let's have a look at E1 first. There's 2 products here. We'll look at E1. E1 is what they call an MIS, a Management Information System. And it's often thought of as an admin tool, but actually it's much bigger than that. It is an admin tool, but it's also much wider than that as well. But MIS functionality includes, to give you a little rundown, pupil core, so your pupil record, contacts, emails, all that kind of thing. Attendance, admissions, assessments, that's obviously a big area, and reporting, analysis, tracking, behaviour, special needs, and many more besides. E1 is actually 3,000 web pages. It is an enormous product. You wouldn't know it to use it, but it is absolutely enormous. And it is fully web-based. Well, what that means for you as a school is a parent can log in, staff can log in, anyone can log in if they have an internet connection, which is pretty common these days. So what is E1? E1 is no longer an admin tool. It is now the mechanism for recording and providing information to relevant stakeholders to empower them to make strategic decisions to raise attainment. It's a much more expansive, inclusive tool than MIS as a product type once was. So if we look at Fronter then, obviously Fronter's been mentioned. Fronter is a VLE, which stands for a virtual learning environment. My favourite question is, what is a VLE? If you ask teachers that, you often get very different answers. My answer to that question is, it is a web application, and it unites the technology available at the school with the technology available at the home. That in turn will open the school 24 hours a day. So just on a very simplistic description of what a virtual learning environment ought to do for you, there it is. So what's really exciting, particularly about the deal we're doing with Znanie School, is what's happening to these 2 products under Pearson's wings at the moment, because they are about to merge and become one product.
That will change a great deal of things indeed. I can't tell you the name of the joint product yet because it's confidential. We're releasing it in January at the Vet Show. But your school will be one of the very first out of the gates to have that joint product, if not the first. So we're very proud to have you as our first customer in this respect. But what's most interesting, I was asked to talk about what this might mean to you. Well, it doesn't matter who you are in the school, whether you're a teacher, a bursar, a governor, student, parent, principal, deputy head. This is what it will do for your school. It will allow all stakeholders to audit the data. The representation of your school, which will now be online, 24 hours a day, anywhere in the world, and you'll all be connected to it. You're already an extraordinary school. I'm very interested to see what you're going to do with this. That's it from me. Thanks very much for your time.
To round up, we'd like to present to you the vocal quarter. Did you?
Kalinka Dance Studio and Art Studio for Litra.
Ravien.
And the ensemble, the Russian Souvenir.
воздух чист, а на сердце радостно. Ничего не жаль, ничего не жаль. Через 8 часов простимся мы, и безрадостным будет прощание. Жду я осени, эти дни и ночей, каждый вздох, как глоток воды. Синеокая, смело дождик ты, не сплетаются в осень глаза твои. Глаза твои.
Дорогие друзья, добрый вечер. Вас приветствует ансамбль «Русский сувенир». Мы поздравляем Школу Знания и образовательный центр с праздником.
сертификатов, но, как полагается на каждом мероприятии,